Hey everyone, it's Mike from Rogala Photography here. Today I want to talk about a very touchy subject. If you go to any message board or Facebook group, this topic comes up all the time, and I'll tell you, you'll see some arguments really break out. Basically, how to protect your lens. Most noticeably, should you or shouldn't you use a UV filter to protect your expensive lens? I'm gonna save you time. If you wanna watch the rest of the video, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you right now, do not use a UV filter on your expensive glass, okay? There are some exceptions, very few exceptions, okay? I'll talk about those in a minute. But I'll tell you right now, that cheap piece of glass, even if you bought a $200 UV filter, that cheap piece of glass is not going to protect your $2,500, $3,000 lens that has had a ton of research done into the glass to help protect it. That glass is going to break first. And I'll tell you, you'll see people all the time and in Facebook groups posting a picture with their camera all happy saying, look, my UV filter protected my lens. And they'll show the UV filter with a crack in it. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that UV filter cracked because it's a cheap piece of glass. If your camera fell the right way, your camera lens is going to shatter no matter what, if it hit a certain way. It's going to take a lot for it to break, but it's got to learn a certain way, and that UV filter isn't going to do squat. So don't think that UV filter protected your lens. Now, I will tell you that the exceptions, if you're on a sandy beach or maybe in a desert somewhere where the wind is blowing and sand is blowing around, yes, that's going to help protect some scratches from the sand blowing against the glass on your lens. Okay, it could scratch away at the coating on the lens. So that's one way. Number two, if you are photographing, say, a motocross or an auto race that's done on a dirt track and there's dirt and rocks being kicked up, yes, your UV filter could help prevent one of those rocks from scratching your lens. Other than that, probably nothing else. You know, if you're on the ocean somewhere and you got the salty water, you know, you could put it on the front of your lens, but it's really not, because your whole camera is going to be inside of that environment where the salt is in the air. So to be honest with you, you know what, the other two, the motocross and a sandy beach or desert, those are the only two times that you really can use a UV filter and have it actually do something. Now, a much better way to protect your lens is to use the lens hood that came with your lens. Especially those bigger hoods, like on a zoom lens, a telephoto lens, they're gonna protect it, because if you fall, it's gonna stop the camera glass from hitting any rocks or dirt. If it falls sideways, you know, again, it's gonna protect the lens that way as well, okay? Also, if it's a windy day and there are some things flying around in the air, it's going to help prevent those things from getting to your glass. Use your lens hood. Plus, the lens hood has got the added effect. It's going to stop lens glares from hitting your lens, and then all of a sudden you get a flare in your shot that you've spent so much time to try to get. Listen, use your lens hood. It's much better than the UV filter. Plus, it came with your lens. Now, some cheaper lenses may not come with a lens hood, but you can buy them. Just got to get the diameter of your lens, 75 or 77 millimeter, 82 millimeter, etc. And you could buy them on Amazon really cheap, B&H, etc. Now, some other ways to protect your camera and your lens, kind of getting away from UV filters. Okay, buy yourself a rain cover or some sort of cover for your camera, especially the ones that have the arms you can go in, the hands you can go into it, and you can still control your camera. Also, some of them actually have a clear, like a screen that you can still see the back of your camera with the lens, or not the lens, with the cover on. Plus, you can buy the ones, I know PGY Tech just came out with one that actually keeps your camera warmer as well. It's actually insulated, and it'll keep your hands warm while you're inside as well. So, you know, they got different kinds. I have one that I bought, it's by Newer. It's a camouflage one. I use that when I'm doing bird photography or wildlife photography to help break up what the camera looks like, you know, so hopefully an animal won't recognize you as a person and will just think you're part of the environment. Okay, I mentioned salt water. Be careful when you are around salt water, whether you're going out on a boat or you're out on a beach. Even if your camera does not get wet, there's a lot of salt in the air and it could be getting into your camera. Make sure you clean your camera thoroughly. Again, a cover would be great. Okay, I can do like a rain cover. That'll help out a little bit. But again, you got to be careful because you still might get some in there. If your camera gets wet with salt water, try to get it off as soon as possible. Okay, because if it dries, it's going to be a lot harder. And if it's on your lens, it could. That would be one time where you probably could use a UV filter if you're not using a polarizer or an ND, because that way, if you do scratch it, it's a lot cheaper to replace your filter than it is to replace your lens. So be careful with salt water. Same thing with your tripods. Make sure if you're near salt water with your tripod, clean your legs. Take your legs apart, get in there, clean it all up. Make sure you re-lube the threads that are in there, and your tripod will take care of you for a long time. Okay, another way to protect your camera and your gear, and this is something you could do at home. Get yourself a dry cabinet. They've actually been coming down in price. If you go to Adorama or B&H, they've been dropping. Usually they're around $300-400 for maybe one that stands maybe 3 feet, okay, 2 feet. They're like 120, forgot the measurement they use. I'll post it up here. It's like I think it's like 120, 128 a liter. That's what they are. And that's how much they can hold. You can get them for like $2.99 on sale, okay, $2.50 on sale. Get one of those. What they do is that you can control the humidity. So whatever room you're in, like I have a studio in my basement. Now we do have a dehumidifier in the basement, but in my studio I don't really have one, but you can actually get one of these dry cabinets, put all your gear in there, and you can control what the humidity is. Usually I believe between 45 and 48, I think that's the sweet spot that you want to keep your camera gear in. That way it keeps any condensation from building up, which will actually help prevent mold from building up on your lenses. Okay, that's a big thing. When you're buying a used lens, you got to make sure it has no mold on it, especially if you're buying an older lens. A lot of times they'll have mold on them. Sometimes you can have them taken in and they can take it apart and they can clean them for you, but it's actually an expensive process. So just try to prevent it. Get yourself a dry cabinet. All right. Again, another controversial subject here. Invest in a good quality camera bag or case. Those cheap Amazon Basics bags, or even cheaper, that cost you $50, $30, whatever. It might sound like a good deal, but I'm not putting $10,000 worth of gear inside of a $50 camera bag. Invest in a good quality camera bag. I actually just did a video on choosing the right camera bag for you. Good brands are Shimoda, let me see, PGY Tech, Peak Design, and again, check out my video. I have a whole video talking about purchasing and getting a good quality camera bag. Or if you want to, get yourself a Pelican case if you think you're not going to be going on rough terrain. So good quality. They're going to cost you though. They're going to be more money, a couple $100. Well worth the investment. Okay, one thing to remember, okay, from all of this. A cheap piece of glass or a thin piece of fabric is not going to protect your camera gear good. You need to have good quality gear to protect your expensive camera gear. Even in those camera bags, they may have a real thick dividers and you think they're good. The problem is that they sag, and you can open up your camera bag and all your gear's all over the place because of the dividers sag. Get yourself a camera bag that actually has stiff dividers in them. A little less padding, but stiff. It's actually going to protect your gear much more than those thicker those thicker pads, those thicker dividers. Take care of your gear, and it will definitely take care of you, and you'll be taking thousands and thousands of photos with your camera, and you'll actually have your camera for a long time if you take care of it. So, until next time, take care, everyone.